Hi, this is Jeff Berlin, and I'd like to thank everybody for picking up this bass tape. I put together a bunch of exercises I think that you'll find helpful for your improvement as bass players, different things for you to work on. We will get into them as the tape progresses. I think that today we put a lot of emphasis on technique and a lot of emphasis on chops, and this tape ought to demonstrate to you things that you can work on that will improve these aspects of your music. We'll be doing different scalular things. We'll be discussing concepts that will certainly lend itself to improvement as a bass player. So thanks for being here. I'd like to show you the type of equipment that I'm into. I've been playing these amplifiers for 5-6 years now. I've been using Yamaha equipment, and I stand by Yamaha all the way. For me, it has some of the best bass sounds that I've used. On the top, I'm using 2 of the Yamaha preamps. And on the bottom, I'm using 3 Yamaha E1010 analog delays. I don't always have them hooked up together, but these analogs seem to add a bit of warmth to my overall bass sound. I got them when I was working with Alan Holdsworth, and Yamaha supplied them and fixed them to do a certain function that they don't distort when I use them in the loop. Also, Yamaha power amps, which for me are the quietest, cleanest power amps. And on the bottom, the 215s. These 2 middle 12s are EV12s, but I enjoy the overall sound of these 4 speakers. I just want to add on one little point. In truth, there isn't any particular piece of equipment over anything else that might be more superior. I'm saying this because it's up to you as musicians to go out and try the different pieces of equipment that are available and make your choices, see what it is that you like sound-wise, durability-wise. And by trying different pieces of equipment, you will finally come upon something, that makes sense to you and will fit your musical needs. So for me, it is this. I recommend that as young players, try different things. I think you'll find that it'll really be helpful. Bass-wise, I'd like to start with this instrument here, which was made by a guitar maker in St. Petersburg, Florida, named John Buscarino, who is the president of Nova Guitars. This bass is incredible little instrument. I just got it, and I plan to use it for different records, but for some of the things I've been playing on it, I think it's going to be a new addition to my bass gigs, the records, the things that I do. I think this is going to be a new addition, something I'm going to use a lot. Simply badass EMGs, a typical form, obviously, for the instrument, but it's a handsome-looking instrument, and I think it's light. I like light basses, and I think that this is going to be something new. But the real bass I'd really like to show you is this one, because this is the bass that I've used on about 45, 50 albums. This is the bass that, this is my bass. I mean, I love this instrument. It's been with me for a long time. I've done a lot of different work on it. It's sort of a bum. It's a mutt. It's a put-together bass, but it put together the way that I like it. It's an old precision body, a 64. And the old jazz neck that I had on, it was a P-bass body, but it was a jazz neck that had gotten worn out. I worn out the frets, and had Michael Tobias from Tobias Basses make me another copy, and it is utterly perfect. And it's as well as a bass manufacturer for Tobias Basses. He makes the best 5-string and 6-string basses anywhere, period. He also is an excellent parts manufacturer, and for me, he has made this neck. This pickup, it's an interesting pickup. It's by Bartolini. Bill Bartolini made this for me after the one he had made several years ago gathered distortion, because I played so much on the pickup that the pickup magnets collected all the static, and every time I touched the string, it would like crackle. So the pickup was retired, and in 1984, Bill looked in his drawer after the company had developed. He looked in his drawer and found the original blueprint that he made for me, the original pickup in 1975. So that is that pickup. This one is shut off. It's an old high A, also made by Bill. But Ronnie Montrose, the guitar player with Montrose, who also produced Champion, my first record, he hot-rodded this bass by putting volume here, tone here for this pickup, and this pickup is shut off, and well, I'll hook it up one day, but not tonight. So I just wanted to show you that this is off, this one's on. And the Badass Bass Bridge, which is made by Glenn Kwan, the Badass Bass Company, for me, that is the bridge of all time. If there was a best product, it has to be this bridge. And the Badass Bass 2 is obviously a fantastic addition to a bass. A lot of standard bridges usually don't do the job that the Badass does, and a lot of replacement bridges that are copies of the Badass, as far as I'm concerned, do not do the same job. So for me, it's this bridge, this pickup. And finally, Carl Thompson bass strings. Big fan of Carl Thompson bass strings, folks. They're made in New York. Not many, it's not a big company. Not a whole lot of people know about him, but those that do, Stanley Clark is one of them. And we are big fans of Carl Thompson bass strings. Again, it's one of those products that I consider the best. I'm a terrific fan of his strings. So here it is. This is my bass, the type of guitar that I have. We're going to go into some stuff in a minute. Obviously, you see my Roddy Piper sticker. Roddy Piper is the flamboyant.
I've always been a big fan of you, Mr. Berlin. Irving Berlin. I've always loved you. You're younger than I thought, Irving. You are Irving Berlin, aren't you?
Jeff Berlin, bass player.
Jeff Berlin.
Jeff. Yeah, I'm a bass.
Who the hell are you?
Bass player. I play bass. I write a column for Guitar Player.
Well, how come you got my guitar?
What do you mean your guitar?
That's my name, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's on that guitar, isn't it?
Yes.
That makes that my guitar, doesn't it?
Well, no. In fact, it's just your name.
How come you out here swearing to these people all the time, calling everybody badass? I know about bass guitars. You want to know? Ask me a question. You want to know what I know about bass guitars? You want to know?
Yeah.
That bass guitar there was made by John. Aha! I knew that all by myself. Did you know that? I can play the bass guitar as well as any. I'm a natural, just about everything. Like on the good ship, lollipop. I can do almost anything. I can play the bass guitar. Did you dress yourself?
This is my jacket.
You put that all together yourself.
Yeah.
Cute kid. Where do you get your haircut?
This.
Listen, I could. This is John. Is John around?
He's Florida. He's not.
He's in Florida. Okay, John. I could learn anything. I could play the. You're supposed to be one of the world's greatest bass guitar players. Is that right?
People are nice enough to say this. You know.
Dad, the dog, the cat. I could play the guitar as well as you. How long is this video?
This is about an hour video.
About an hour. Can you stay awake that long? An hour? I'm going to come back here. You show me, let me see. You show me 3 licks on this guitar, and I'll come back here, and you'll be paying, excuse me, that's okay, that's my spit, it's precious. You'll be paying me to play with your band. You show me 3 simple licks on this sucker, man.
Okay.
This baby here. Yeah.
All righty. Yeah, well, you're almost on the right end. This is John's made this.
John made. I knew that. I told you that.
He did.
Yeah. Well, a mustache or is that hair coming out of your nose there?
No, this is on it.
Go ahead. Yes. Show me 3 simple.
Okay, I got 3 licks for you.
Show me 3 hard ones.
To practice. Okay, I got a hard one. Here's what we go. Here's the first one I'd like you to do. This is something I did in a record. It's called 5G. Okay. Goes like so. Okay.
All right, no problem.
Right, that's for the thumb. That's something with the thumb.
Yeah, well, I knew that with the thumb.
That's right.
John told me that.
John told you.
Yeah,
okay.
I got that part down. No problem. Okay, show me something hard.
Okay, here's something hard I'd like you to check in, okay? Yeah, this thing is a two-handed technique.
Excuse me, you're the one that needs to check it.
Oh, okay. I have to. Yes. Okay. Well, here's something for you. This is a two-handed technique thing. I did a record called Champion. Champion, and that's a two-handed.
You don't have 3 hands, huh?
No.
You'd really be a happy boy by yourself, wouldn't you?
I would indeed. This is a two-handed technique thing. I think this is something you can get. I know you can get this. This is a piece called Motherload.
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 I'm hip with everybody. I heap for Uriah. I know real Atlanta rhythm sections. I know more.
Okay, and here's Motherload, and this is something you might want to try.
Do I gotta hold my face stupid like that too when I play?
It helps, but it's not necessary.
Okay. Let me just try that one there. One more. Would you just play the ending of that again, please?
What, the last one?
Just the last lick of that. No, it's the lick. John told me. Yeah,
okay.
That's it. There.
Like so.
So again, with one more time.
One more time.
Thank you. Okay. Yeah. There,
like so.
Okay. Show me one more. Just
okay.
One. That's all.
This is all. This is one more thing I'm going to show you. Okay.
You only get 1 chance.
Okay.
Some of it gets 2 chances. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Go ahead.
Well, here's something called Joe Frazier.
Who?
Joe Frazier.
Oh, of course, Smoking Joe.
Yeah.
Yes, he's in the Betty Ford Center now. Go ahead.
Okay.
Yes, man, yes.
This is Joe Frazier,
Yes.
piece that you might enjoy. It's like a line that goes like so. Okay,
Okay,
goes like this. 3.
Okay, go with that.
Okay. Here's my Joe Frazier thing. That's Joe Frazier.
That's Joe Frazier.
That's the line from Joe Frazier.
I can play that easy.
Can you play this?
Want to see me now?
Yeah, I would.
Okay. Hi, John made this guitar. You
He
know that?
made this.
You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go give a try and practice a little bit. I'm going to come back, and then I'm going to take that guitar and do boop you out of a job, okay?
Okay.
Okay, and we want to do something about the tribute, and we'll see you later. And you folks, you'll watch real close, because next thing you'll be seeing is me.
Well, I don't know what to say, except we have a student who will be learning these lines in just a little bit, so stick around and see what Rody can do with these lines. If you would like to learn them too, I'm going to do them again for you, and I'm going to do them slowly. So first, let's do some tuning in case you would like to play along with me. So I'm first going to give you an open G for you to tune to. Here's your G. Now that you have that G string in tune, I shouldn't have to play any of the other strings. What you ought to do is tune your strings via the harmonics. I'd like you to tune on the 7th fret on the G string and the 5th fret on the D string. You'll listen for waves. You hear the out of tune in the waves? And tune till the waves go away. When the waves are gone, you're in tune. And you do the same for the 7th fret on the D and the 5th fret on the A. Again, tuned for the waves to go away. When the waves are gone, you should be pretty well in tune with each other. And finally, the 7th fret on the A string and the 5th fret on the E string. And the same principle. Tune till the waves are gone. Your harmonics may indicate that the strings are in tune, but you may actually hear that you're not. And the problem might be the fact that you are not intonated, which is that the harmonic of the string is not equal with the pressed note of the string. And we're talking about the octave note of each string. The harmonic and the pressed note should be identical. And if they're not, you ought to get a strobe tuner, and you'll have to find a way to lengthen or shorten the string in order to make sure that the harmonic and the pressed note are the same. This is a little detail that will finally put the bass absolutely perfectly in tune. And any guitar store will have a strobe tuner, and I'm sure they'll be able to help you out with this. Let's begin with the first bass figure that I showed Rody, which is the bass line from 5G off of the Bruford album, One of a Kind. It's a little thumb-popping thing that I did several years ago on that record that has remained with me, and I'd like to show you how I did it. These days are incredible thumb bass players, and I'm sort of a novice at it, but 5G had a little percolating effect to it, so to demonstrate this particular bass line, I began by using left-right slapping, which is the thumb and the left hand, which I'm sure you can see is pretty basic stuff. I notice a drummer plays left-right in syncopated fashion with the stick, so I just began to alternate left-right fashion. And the thing is that as a riff, what I just played is easily played by you if you just simply experiment with left and right slapping motion on your bass. So 5G in this context began with a right-left